Okay, so let's have a look at DT. So we go to subject portal, go to design technology, and here we've got all of our curriculum-based stuff. So what we've basically done is we've come to something called the professional design components, and that's essentially processes, narrative, and standards. Processes is broken down into 8 little sections. Essentially, that is the step-by-step of each project. The narrative is the written element, so things like review, justifying your ideas, that kind of thing. Is the project personalised? And lastly, the standards. So that's how we kind of judge the projects. So is it fit for purpose? Has it got a good concept? Is it made well? That kind of stuff. These kind of little spokes here, they all kind of work off each other, that kind of thing. So we use those for this, the whole curriculum essentially. So this is where they are, this is where they live. So we've got professional processes, narrative, standards, and they're all broken down, into the quality, concept, fit for purpose, that kind of thing. So if we have a look at one of those, so the identify the problem. So this is something we can direct students to. So it covers things like what that is, things like mind maps, mood boards, generally tasks that they would be given to do by the teacher, sort of at this stage in the project. Each sort of section here has like how to, top tips, links to other websites, pushing the work further, and some examples as well. They'll have pictures, there might be a video or something to watch, so they can sort of see some examples of some good stuff, and they can go and do their own ideally. So this is like sort of more of a reference guide than anything else. So eventually these will all be built up, and they can all be sort of accessed by the students as sort of reference guides. So this is all about research, so there's sort of more theory stuff in here. So these sort of tabs here, the year 7, year 8, year 9 modules, so they will have the different projects in. So there's sort of 3 or 4 different projects per year, and that essentially is, when we go into those, there will be sort of tasks and that kind of thing that students can sort of look at and use in lessons as well. Okay, so that's basically the curriculum area for DT. I'll just show you what we've been doing with sort of our mark books, that kind of stuff. So if we go to the mark books, so I've got my assignments here for my year 10, 29, 27, that kind of stuff. Standard frog stuff. But I started to use these mark books, which I think are quite useful. So I set them up for my year 10s. So let's have a look at this one. So I recently used this, but it is quite useful. So along the top here shows you all the tasks, that kind of stuff. You can use these. This shows you if students have done the task. So this is another one. So all these people haven't done theirs apparently, which is great. And this is the current one. So these people haven't opened their task yet. These people have. So if I click this person here, because I know she's uploaded, so you can see she's uploaded some work already. So I can actually click that and download it if I want to, and then have a look. And I can actually give her some feedback on the message board, that kind of stuff. Yeah, relatively simple. I think they're quite easy to use. And then, gradually you can see, once you start setting tasks, you can see who's doing them and who's not. I think you can actually reassign tasks on here and stuff like that. So you can kind of use those. They're quite useful. The assignments are quite good, I think. I always like to make sure in the assignments you use success criteria, because obviously students need to know what is expected of them. I like to always have a PowerPoint or a link to something else so they can look at. Obviously it's very practical, DT, so a lot of students just take pictures and upload those, or just they've been emailing them to us, which we kind of want to stop now. The idea is to sort of get them to do that all sort of via Frog rather than emailing teachers all the time. Okay, so that is pretty much it in terms of DT. So the basic idea is this, the design components, and that's what we're going to be working on, building that up over the next few weeks, hopefully.